Hey guys, welcome to another radio related video, and this is a little video explaining, maybe some of you out there have radio controlled toys and are wondering what are the frequencies generally used by radio controlled toys like this one. So this is a basic radio controlled car that you can buy at any Radio Shack or the stores by Circuit City here in Canada. But there's lots of stuff that can actually be heard. You've got these cars, you've got helicopters, you've got also all sorts of wireless gadgets. So what are the main frequencies that these gadgets usually use? Well, first of all, you've got basically the regular, I would say the consumer brand control frequencies, and you've got the professional control frequencies. They are really separate. So in most brands that you buy at a regular Radio Shack or Source or whatever store, electronic store, you will buy typically a radio controlled car like this one. If it's not something professional, it's just, you know, that average little radio controlled 4x4 or helicopter, but it's really low grade, nothing expensive or too fancy. They will either be on 27 megahertz, 49 megahertz. These are the two frequencies used for really regular brand. It will often say what frequency it is, especially in below or just on the control itself. This is a control for that 4x4, and you can see here at the bottom it says 49.860 megahertz. So what that means is that if you take, okay, we'll go here and we'll actually point to my icon radio. If I put my radio on 49.86, this is what it sounds like. So you can see it's little digital type pulses that are actually sent to the device. So this is the 49 megahertz portion, but there are other 27 megahertz controls also. An example of the 27 megahertz is this control. This is a control for a little helicopter that I bought. A cheap little helicopter, $30, so radio control. But this one says on the back 27 megahertz. 27 is in the old or the CB Citizens band. So it's either all you have to do is just tune 27 megahertz and turn on the control and see where you can see that the control frequency is actually, in this case, 27145. So go around the 27, I would say from 26.9 up to 27.4, you'll hear your control somewhere in there. 27145 being one of the 6 channels offered on regular controls. Actually, a quick little fact that's interesting here is that some electronic gadgets also from your computer and an example of an electronic gadget of your computer that uses CB band is some of those cheap mouse. This is a Microsoft mouse. It wasn't cheap, but it does use the 27 megahertz band. So if you tune around you can see here, this is the frequency for my mouse. If I pass my hand below, just here on the little mouse high, you can see that on 27045 I get these little bursts of data. So some mouse use 27 megahertz also. Unfortunately, the problem is if you have CBers near your home, these mouse will stop working when somebody talks. And another example is if I turn on my helicopter radio control, this mouse will just stop working on my computer. And so the best, if you buy a mouse, computer mouse, buy those new 2.4 gigahertz models. They will actually work much better and have less interference. And finally, the professional radio controls are in the 70 megahertz range. 70 megahertz is the frequency range for professional radio control stuff. I don't have any examples here, but if you have basically those really expensive helicopters that work with gas motors, and also very expensive 4x4s in hobby shops, those really, and boats also, if you have a radio controlled boat but of an expensive, you know, those high-end radio controlled boats, they're in the 70 megahertz band, which is a band just for that does not have interference from any other devices compared to the 27 or 49 megahertz frequencies. So this was a look at the little radio controlled frequencies of all these little devices. So hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you understand a little more of what to listen to when you actually have these devices and where to tune in on your radio. So thanks for watching, and 73s.